Hello everyone, I welcome you to this lecture. In this lecture, I'm going to show you how to install the EVNG on your VMware Workstation. Now, I'll be using the VMware Workstation Pro in this whole setup, but you can install the VM of EVNG on either on Oracle VirtualBox, which is free, and also VMware Workstation Player, which is also free. Now if you want to work with the VMware Workstation Pro, I have a video already in the previous lecture where you can see how to install the VMware Workstation Pro. Now you can do this either on type 1 hypervisor like the workstation and the Oracle VirtualBox, etc., and also you can do it through the type one hypervisor, which is the ESXi, and these are like type 2, the workstation Pro and the Oracle VirtualBox. These are type 2. You can also install this on the type 1 hypervisor if you have the type 1 hypervisor, but we will be using throughout the course only the type 2 hypervisor, which is VMware Workstation Pro. I will have a separate video wherein I will show you how to install the EVNG on the VirtualBox as well. So you have the choice either this or that, but don't do both. I mean, decide for yourself if you want to do on the workstation, which we are going to follow, or if you are good with VirtualBox, you can go with VirtualBox as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and to install the EVNG, let's go to the EVNG website first. So first thing what you need to do is download the EVNG software, right? The OVF file basically, okay, the VM file. Go to the download section here, and here you have to download the EVNG Community Edition. It has a professional edition as well, which will be a paid version. So I mean, for us, Community Edition would be sufficient. So I'll click here. Here you have three links, and this is for the reason that in case one of the link is like choked from multiple downloads and all, so you can, or maybe based on your region, some of the links may not work. So go ahead and try the best one that works for you, and I would suggest you to go for the OVF and not for the ISO. Now if you are an expert who knows how to set up the VMs manually, um, go with the ISO, right? And if you are new to this, just go with the OVF, which is going to be a template, and most of the settings are already done. So let's go and click on the Google link. So like this, you can see it is showing quota exceeded for the day. So you can go to the next link, which is the mega, right? This is working, and the next link also is uh, let's see this is working or not. In any case, let's go and download this. So I can click on here, this around 2.7 GB. So you can download from there, and this one is also working, yeah, 2.7 GB. So let's try this one. Click download, and the download should start in your downloads. Yeah, so you can see as I've already downloaded this, so I'll not wait for the download to complete. Okay, based on the speed on your end, this will take the time needed. I'll cancel this, okay, because I have the OVA already downloaded with me, and then I will cancel this. The next thing that I want you to download is the uh, scroll up and go to the Windows client side. Now you can also have this in two links, okay, whichever works for you. Go ahead and download this setup, right? This basically installs most of the what do you say, softwares that are needed in conjunction with the EVNG to work properly. So you don't need to go ahead and install one by one. This is as what do you say, package, right? So go ahead and install this. I think I already have this also downloaded. Let me go to the downloads, show folder. Yeah, I have this. So once you have both of these files, just go ahead and let's start with download installing the Windows client pack. Okay, double click on the setup and just follow the wizard, right, with the defaults. Don't change anything here, just keep everything on the default settings. I accept, next. Just simple installation, right? Nothing much here, all defaults, and follow the wizard. Next. and check the show latest version, finish. And then you have the Wireshark. Next, 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 next. So all this is installing the required applications and softwares, right? And map. Okay, next, finish. This is installing the Wireshark. Next, finish, finish. So all done. So that is done. Now let's move on to install the VMware this what do you say EVNG on the VMware workstation. Now first thing first, you need to go ahead and extract this using any extraction tool. If you have WinRAR or 7-zip, or you can just directly extract from the Windows itself. So I'm extracting the actual OVF file inside the zip file. Now you should have, I mean, as I said, you should have the Workstation Pro installed, or the what do you say, VirtualBox or VMware Workstation player, right? Once that is there, you just need to go and double click on this one, okay, the OVF, Open Virtualization Format Package, and double click. That's it. It will ask you to open with the whatever virtualization software you have installed. Like I have the player as well as the workstation, so I'll go with workstation, click OK. Now workstation should open and ask you for the name, right? So I will say this is as EVNG. Okay, EVNG ZV networks. So I'm not being more creative, right? And this is where you have to store the files of the EVNG VM. Now if you don't have space in your C drive, like I still have 145 gigs, but I do have free on the D drive, so I can go move everything here, I guess. Yeah, so let me go ahead and change the path to drive D. Okay, and I'll say make a new folder here, say EVENG and ZV networks, right? If you have what do you say, space in your C drive, go ahead and install in the default location. But if you want to change the location, you do it like this and then click import, and that's all. You will have to wait for the import to finish, and after that I will show you the rest of the settings that you need to do in order to access the EVNG from your browser. Okay, so let's wait for this to complete, and what I will do is I'll fast forward the video and till the EVNG imported successfully in our VMware workstation. Now a couple of things you need to do is you might need to change some things, right? For example, if you want to change the memory allocated to the VM based on the resources that you have on your end. For example, I'll go to my task manager and I'll show you my resources, right? I have a CPU which has 12 logical cores, and I have 16 gig of memory, and hard disk you know already, right? So I can change this to have 16 gig. Now mind that this is not going to take 16 GB of your RAM. This is basically thin provision, so the more you use, the more it will basically consume, right? If you don't use, it doesn't consume. So I'll go with the, let's say 3, and it will take 12 cores, and you need to enable this as well. Okay, check this one thing. Second thing, go to a task manager, right, and make sure when you go to this, click on the CPU, this virtualization is enabled. And if this is not enabled, then you have to go to your BIOS setting. You need to check based on the vendor of the device, if it's Dell or Lenovo or HP, right? Go into the BIOS settings and enable the virtualization there. Okay, and if that is enabled, then you will see this as enabled, like I do have it, right? That's what you need to do, and checkbox here. Now if you want to add more hard disk, you can do it here, but for now 60 gigs should be enough for me. But in future, when I add more images to the Eve, then I might have to add more. Now here what you need to do is you have to add a what do you say, an adapter. So I'll show you. Just click on this add and click on network adapter and finish. So yeah, so this is fine. Second should be NAT and first should be bridged. Okay, bridged means whatever connection you are connected here, like I am connected on a Wi-Fi, so this VM will be connected to my Wi-Fi. Okay, bridged. I can click OK here, and I will go. One more thing you need to do is go to your edit and virtual network editor, and you have to manually define. Okay, you cannot change anything here, right? So VMnet 8 is basically for NAT, so don't change anything there. When I say I cannot see VMnet 0, which is the bridged one, so I will click on the change settings. No, then only I will be able to see VMnet. I should be able to see VMnet 0, which I am not able to see. I think this is the custom one, so let me go here. Okay, I'll click here. Okay, let's see. I've already the okay, I have VMnet 0 here. If I say this, so this is basically same. Okay, custom VMnet 0 and bridge automatic is almost same. I can do this or that. Let's try with this. Click on OK. One more thing you need to do is go to your network adapters here, and you have this, right? So properties. Okay, I have manually configured this, so you can also go like this, or you can keep the DHCP as is. Just keep this as bridged or custom VMnet 0. Okay, I'll say bridged. Okay, uh, that's done. Right now let's power on the virtual machine and see what happens. Okay, so I'm facing some issues here, which is unable to open kernel vmx the operation complete software. Do you need to reboot the okay, maybe I have to reboot the workstation, and let's figure out what is the issue here, right? So I'll again run this, and maybe I would have to restart my machine as well, but I don't know. Let's try this. Yeah, still I'm facing the issue, so let me try and reboot my system, and then I will again check this out. Okay, so I can rebooted my system, and let's try again. Okay, we need to check this out. This error, let me check. Okay, so in order to fix this, what we need to do is go to the virtual machine folder, which I have kept in D. If you have not changed, this would be in C. Okay, go here, and we need to find a file called VMX virtual. I think this is the one, VMX, or if you're not sure, you can go and do the folder options, view, and extension, right? Hide extension for known types, apply, and okay, so we need to see the extension. Click OK. Okay, so I have the VMX file here, this one, right? and right click and open with notepad. Sorry, this more apps, notepad. Okay, now once you have here, so this is the line that is causing the issue, right? So instead of having this as true, we need to change this to false. Okay, and then file and save. Okay, this should solve this. Let's try and power on. Let's go to virtual machine. This I should have the add a network option, VMnet 0. I should have VMnet 0 here. So if you don't have it, just add it. Okay, and then okay, now we have VMnet 0. Apply and okay. Now VMnet 0 should be bridged. Click on OK. Power and power off. One more time. And I would like to go to the network settings, custom, and this is going to be VMnet 0. Okay, power on. Let's wait for the Eve ng to boot. Go to the virtual this. Okay, I can see. Why this is okay. I'm not able to basically add the network to bridge, but anyways, let's see this VMnet 0. I should have this in my network adapters. Yep, I have this VMnet 0, and this is the Ethernet, and this is the wireless, right? So this is my wireless properties. If I go, okay, this is the USB wireless. Okay, fine. Let's close it. Let's put it on NAT and power off, power on again. Okay, we are having an issue while the network interface of the EVNG, which is E0, is not able to connect to whatever adapter we are selecting here. Okay, whatever adapter we are selecting here, right, it's not able to connect to that. If I say NAT, click on OK, and I think that is the issue. Second option is to install this on the C drive. Let's do that again, and I will have to go to folder where I have the this one, right, and double click and say EVE NG only this time, and I'll not change the path. Let's keep the default path. Okay, and I will go on and power off this. Okay, and importing a new EVNG into VMware Workstation. Okay, so this is done. Let's power on. Okay, this has the same issue as well, so we will have to go to the this time C drive, users, issue, and I think documents, virtual machine, EVNG, VMX file, double click. Okay, right click, open with notepad, and then this should be false, right? And file save. Now power on. Okay, this is still not working. Let me do one more thing. Power this off. Let's go to edit virtual network adapter. And we should have change settings here. Let's click change settings. Okay, I'm not able to bridge it basically, so let me do a restore. Maybe this would bring back the original setup or something that was missed while installing the VMware Workstation Pro. Because we should have the VMnet 0 by default here, which was not the case when we okay, now I think it is, yeah, so this is the way it should be. VMnet 0 there, right? Bridged auto bridging. So yeah, so you would face this issue, but as of now I fixed it by restoring the defaults here. So you can go and select the wireless LAN card that you have. I know this is the name of my wireless LAN card because I showed you, I think here, right? This one. So it says 802.11 and USB wireless card like this. If you are connected to the Ethernet, then you would have to select the Ethernet here, like this one, Intel. So I'll select this because I will be always using the wireless setup only here. Now you should have this as the first bridged. Okay, and then close. Basically now I don't need this one, so I'll go and remove. So basically now we have figured out what was the issue. So our first VM should be working fine now. Let me go here and go to this, delete the virtual machine from here so that it doesn't eat up my space. Okay, shift delete. And also let me do one more thing, just what we changed here, right? Let me fix it because maybe that was not the issue, and because of the network settings where I mean missing something, which we fixed by restoring it. So let's go ahead and move back to this to true and see if we are facing the same issue or not. If we will encounter the same, we know what to do, right? So let's power on this now. Yeah, we are facing that. Okay, so just wanted to confirm, right? Okay, now you know this is a separate issue and the other one is a separate issue, so this should be false. Done, file save. I know this has been a long video guys, but trust me, this is going to be very useful for some of you who face the same issue. Okay, basically now enter. Now it's not throwing you that error, right, that the port is not connected. So if you go here, hard disk, network adapter 8, network adapter 2, and this is the 0 WLAN. Okay, nice. So I see the login now, which is a good sign. Now what we need to do is assign an IP address. Now you can see that you already have an IP address of 192.168.42.128. Let me check this out because this should not be the case if I am bridging my E0. Okay, and change adapter. I think I have my, okay, you will not see VMnet 0 here unless until you click on the change settings here. After that only you will be able to edit the VMnet 0. I think I have not selected here in the settings for VMnet 0, okay, which was right, and I'll go for bridge. That is why I'm receiving a different IP address than what I have on my LAN, right? If I go here and see IP config, right, this is in the 192.168 subnet, while as what I received was 192.168.42. That was why I was suspicious what is wrong. So I should have an IP address from this range only. Okay, let's click. No, it doesn't matter anyways, because I'm going to change this to static, and I'll show you how to change it to static. Okay, if you want to use dynamic IP address, the only issue is when you reboot the system or something, it might change your IP. So I like to keep it as static. So in order to do that, you need to log in as the root. So for the CLI, the username is root and the password is EVE. Okay, all small. Now once you do this for the first time, this is automatically gonna redirect you to the setup, wherein it is asking for the root password, which is EVE. Hit enter. You will not see anything there, but make sure you type EVE and then hit enter. And then hostname, if you want to change something you can, if not just keep it as is. I will do this as ZB networks. Okay, example DNS, keep it as is. Now here is what you need to do is press the down arrow and press the space bar. Now you can see the asterisk sign moving from DHCP to static once I press the space bar. Once that is done, just hit on enter. Okay, now you have to type the IP address on the management interface of the EVNG. Here you have the choice. Basically, once you know what is your subnet on the bridge interface, accordingly you can change it. Now for me it is 192.168 subnet, so I'll go ahead and say 192. Okay, I need to click here 192.190. Okay, I have the caps lock 192.168.1.190 and the subnet mask as per your network. Okay, 255.255.255.0. Enter. And default gateway you can find out from the CLI, which is 1.1 for me. Keep as is. Okay, and DHCP server, you can keep the default gateway 192.168.1.1, and secondary I will keep Google 8888 and hit direct connection. That's all we need to do to set up the EVNG on your VMware workstation. Right, once that is done, it will reboot your VM and it will have the IP address that you assigned statically, which is for me 192.168.1.190. Okay, you can confirm that as well from pinging the IP from your system like this. This is working fine, right? So this is the IP which is also shown here. Now it clearly mentions use http://192.168.1.190. so I can go here and make sure you use the HTTP, not the HTTPS, right? So this is my router 190. Okay, now this is the GUI. So the username is here is admin, but the password is EVE. So this is the default, right? For CLI root EVE, for the GUI it is admin EVE. Now once you are here, then you can go and create a lab, right? You can create a lab, say test lab. Okay, now this is going to be your work area. Okay, these are the options on the left side, and the same you can almost get from right clicking on the area here, work area, node, network, pictures, custom shape, text, auto align. We will see all of this while we are working. So in order to add a node, either you can click right here and get the list here, but as of now you can see we don't have anything apart from a VPC, which is going to be a virtual PC. So you can have this, and also you can have networks. And this is just showing you the info of the topology. Startup configs, more actions will have start all nodes. So these are called nodes, right? You have I mean, we have explained this in the previous lectures, what are nodes, what are the device. So nodes are called every uh, system, or every what do you say, device is called a node. So this is a node. VPC is a node. So here, so you can start and stop all the nodes here. Wipe all the nodes means you will wipe the configurations. Console to them means you will be accessing them through the console. Now you can do that by once you start the node and then double click on here, because you have installed the client side. So this is integrated directly with your putty. Open this and this should open into a telnet, right? Then you can see the, I think show IP is the command here. Yeah, show IP is your command for the VPC IP, and you can set something for this one, 10.10.1/24. I think that is how you, yeah, right. So that is how you set the IP address on the VPC. Even you can set the 10.1.1.254. So this is how you set the DHCP, sorry, the gateway as well. So if you do the previous command show IP, which was earlier showing 00, now it is showing the IP with the mask, the gateway, right? So that is how you add these devices here. And then there are multiple options like refresh the topology, status of the lab, how many basically devices are there, or the CPU usage of the EVNG based on the number of devices that are running. At the lab details, okay, and then you have the lock lab. So right now, if you are if you have not locked the lab, you can move the nodes. Once you have locked the lab, then you cannot move them, right? So this is handy when you have the whole setup ready and then you don't want to change anything by mistake as well. Now you have the dark mode. If you don't like the white background, you can switch to the black background. Some people like that, like Biswajit's like the same mode, but I like the white one. And then you have the closed lab, right, and the logout. The closed lab will close this lab, and then you will have option to open a new lab or something. Logout will log out you from the EVNG console, right? So I'll stop this and I'll show you how to close the lab. So close lab kicks you to the uh, the file manager section here, and then you have a couple of things here, which is again the same thing which you can see from uh, the working area, right? And then you have the system logs, what is happening in the system. You can view it from here. Management, you can have multiple admins, like you have this admin which you are logging as. You can add new user here, but it is the same because we are using the community edition, so one user can log in at a time, not multiple ones. So I think that is enough for this video now. And this lecture has been long one, but I think it will help you to understand the way you have to install the EVNG and then kind of troubleshoot this as well, right? So I hope you like this video. I will see you in the next lecture. Thank you.